my next venture in the food adventure of mine was to a place that most of you probably know because it's been around for years. Donkey's years, that's right, but an old haunt, yet a favorite haunt, depicting one of Sri Lanka's unofficial de facto national sports. I've already given it away, haven't I? It's the Cricket Club Cafe. That's right, the Cricket Club Cafe. For those of you who don't know it, you should be shocked. So I think Cricket Club Cafe is iconic simply because it was one of the first properly themed cafe restaurants that cropped up in Colombo in the 20th, 21st century. So that's where we headed to next to see exactly how good the dough or the nosh served at the Cricket Club Cafe. So for the longest time, the Cricket Club Cafe was located in its iconic lovely spot down Queen's Road in Bamba Kolpiti, right, Bamba. But they've shifted. They shifted a few years ago down Flower Road. It has a new name. I don't know the new name. I'm not interested in knowing the new name. It's Flower Road to me, it's Flower Road to you. So, Flower Road in Columbus 7, actually more towards Kolpiti. And it's actually a lovely location because it's sort of like in a place that is elevated off the road, so you kind of like climb up to it. The early cricket club was like a one-story building. This is more like kind of split level-ish. So you go up to the cafe area, there's a bar counter, there is, all the stuff in the restaurant. So location-wise, it's a good shift. It's central. It's Colombo. It is also on the main road. It's not down some squeaky lane somewhere. The only issue is you really don't have much parking, though I think you can park somewhere there. But overall, location-wise, a good spot. A lovely, nice place. It has maintained its kind of cafe ambience as well. So that's great. So location-wise, overall, good spot. So the logo of the Cricket Club Cafe, well, it kind of denotes what it is. It has a batsman in mid-swing. It is bat in mid-swing. I think that's the terminology. So immediately you know it's something to do with cricket, and it's like interspersed in the middle, and then you have the Cricket Club Cafe across. So in terms of what it denotes, again, very obvious. The name tells you that. The logo tells you that because there's a batsman. So if you don't understand English, there's a man swinging a bat, you know, okay, it is to do with cricket. So overall, nice. The only thing is from a distance you won't really see this, right? Because it's quite intricate. It's like a proper batsman with a bat in mid-swing. But nice idea, and it has it like typical old school, like it's cut out on top, and then the letters are framed around a box, which is so old school. It's like cool, but it kind of maintains its character. So a nice logo. The cricketer gives it away. Ambience wise, okay, so since I'm familiar with both the locations, so this new one is more bar-like. So it has a more sports pub kind of look. Like I said, it is a typical Cricket Club Cafe in its earlier place, but this current one is more bar-like. So as you walk in, there's a bar. You have the bar counter, you have like sort of the seats, the wooden seats. Oh, I love wooden seats. So it has that nice cafe feel about it. But it also has a section where you can like watch like the sports, whatever matches they play, football, cricket, etc. And on the other side is the dining area. So in terms of ambience, you have kind of different ambiences in different places. So the bar counter is typical bar counter, sort of slightly modernish. Though it has a few iconic elements like that pole denoting where all the famous stadiums are, how many 1,000 kilometers away, which is really cool. Then on the side there you have more like the high-top bar stools where you watch the matches, and then on the dining side it's more like a dining area, but again a lot of wood, a lot of cricket paraphernalia, so you know you're in cricket land. Lots of autographed t-shirts, bats, balls, pictures. It's in your face, man. So yeah, lots of bats and balls. But ambience-wise, typical sports club cafe kind of feel. And like I said, it has that old world charm with the wooden stuff and the whole kind of feel to it. So good, nice ambience and more sports pub club-like. Not the cafe that you would expect more like chirpy, cheery, but more the sports pub kind of feel. Yeah, so nice ambience, something different, and very like unique in its own way. So nice. So the menu of the Cricket Club Cafe, good grief, it's a huge menu. That's right, it's humongous because there's a drinks menu and there's a food menu, and they have lots of options, and they've kind of really got funky with the names. So you have Jayasuriya's Triple Century, you will have Sangakkara's something, you will have Bradman's something. So it's pretty cool and funky in a way, and it's extensive. So you can't pick something in a hurry. It has everything from soups to salads to pasta, burgers, wraps, mains, hot dog stuff, like various stuff, seafood, vegetarian, desserts, smoothies, milkshakes, drinks, shooters, alcohol, cocktails. Yeah, you get it. It's huge. So yeah, overall a good menu, very extensive, and like I said, funky naming. Even their cocktails had funky names. Man, I was laughing so much at some of the cocktails mentioned there. There were things like hard on and all. You're like, oh dear. Okay, so, and that was with banana liquor. Yes, dirty mind in action. So, but yeah, very interesting menu and quite funny, those cocktail names. So, the first thing I ordered was a cocktail which was a Cricket Club Legends or something like that. So, one of their own creations, which was called Sober's Singapore Sling, which had cherry and lime. Okay, so I'm for cherries. No, not what you're thinking. And so I thought, oh, cherry should be good in a cocktail with and of course some lime. And so they served it in this tall glass, slice of lime, not a wedge, a slice of lime on the side, a lovely maraschino cherry, and this rather watery looking drink. So I tasted it, and sadly it was watery. I've said this before, ice is a ruination of a lot of drinks because people don't understand that damn thing dilutes your drink. So unless you're going to really make it, either the ice cubes from the drink or make it so concentrated that this really adds flavor in, don't put too much ice. So this is a bit of a watery horror. I hardly got the cherry taste. The was there in sort of like a pungent sort of like aftertaste. Finally, the drink got better as I drank it through the night, but still it lacked a punch, it lacked a kick. There was too much water in there. The lime also was just so-so. The only good thing was that maraschino cherry, which I delightfully whacked because I love this fake maraschino cherry. But yes, I know, it's wonderful. But overall, that sober Singapore Sling really kept me sober because there was nothing in it. It was quite watery. So disappointing. I wasn't thrilled. On to the food. So, as a starter, I decided to try Ollies Mulligatawny. Okay, I pronounced it in the typical Western way. It's good old Mulligatawny, right? So, for those of you who've lived in typical Sri Lankan households, which have a very chetty style of eating, you would be familiar with Mulligatawny. So, basically, this was a nice thick soup, served with a bit of caramelized onion and rice inside. It had all the flavor of, the masala sort of northern Sri Lankan spices flavor, which was nice. I just wish it was not so thick. I'm used to the more gravy type Mulligatawny. But it was served with a nice 2 crisp slices of bread with a slight garlic taste to it, which is really nice. It was really nice and crisp, really fresh, very tasty. And this soup was really nice. I just wish it wasn't so thick. It reminded me of more like a cream of Mulligatawny versus a proper Mulligatawny. If I'm not mistaken, Mulligatawny is very gravy-like, right? The ones I remember at home. So it brought back a bit of memories of home, Mulligatawny, which is so anglicized. But overall it was tasty, nice flavors, and it was a nice spice in there, like that nice zing that made you feel good on a nice night having a soup as a starter. So good option, could have been better, but it was good. So on to the mains. We decided to try a pie because this is a typical sort of sports pub kind of thing, English club cafe, whatever, and a pie would be wonderful. So I decided to try the Skipper's seafood pie, which is basically prawns, a bit of crab meat, calamari, fish in a bisque with celery leeks, and served with a fresh crisp pie, puff pastry on top, so give it that pie appearance. And I chose boiled vegetables because I was trying to be healthy in the middle of all this madness. So anyway, the pie came like a nice square bit of pie, puffed up lovely, slightly burnt, which was fine, over like a little pot, and inside the pot was this lovely bisque of seafood. And I must say they were very generous with the seafood. There was lots of prawns, lots of calamari in there. There was fish. I couldn't really find the crab meat, but I'm sure it was in there somewhere. And it's nice thick stew kind of thing, bisque inside. Very tasty. The puff pastry was nice. The only thing is, darling, when you use sunflower puff pastry, that frigging taste comes out. So as I was peeling off the layers of the puff pastry, I could taste the sunflower oil in there. Yuck. Oh, horrible. So that was the only downside to it, because see, really good pastry tastes damn good, like especially when you dip it into like that bisque. It would have been lovely. The boiled vegetables came like in chunks of boiled vegetables. I wish they were like cut a little bit more like juliennes, it would have been like a little bit more delicate and a little bit more aesthetic in its presentation, and easier for me to eat without chomping on chunks of carrot and other veggies. So it was okay, but the seafood pie overall was nice. Nice pie and something different. So on to the next main was from the land, as they had titled it, which was Jayasuriya's Triple Century. Basically 2 chicken breast fillets, crumb fried with a thick mushroom sauce, served with coleslaw and fries. So the chicken breast was actually really nice and crisp and thin, so it was really nice to like eat it. The mushroom sauce was thick and creamy. I just wish it was a bit more pungent. I felt the pungency of the mushroom not really coming through. But the chicken was very nice and very filling. It was quite a hearty portion. The coleslaw was nice. There wasn't too much mayonnaise in there. Some people just dunk mayonnaise in, which is awful. This was quite good. The only thing is the chips. They were more fat fries actually. Were a little too oily. It's like they were a bit soaked in oil. I think too much. That was a bit disappointing, but the overall fillets were good. Jayasuriya surely scored a triple century with that one. On to the next main. From the sea this time, we decided to try Gooch's fish and chips. I don't know who Gooch is. I am not a cricketing follower, so I don't know either and don't want to know either. But still, his fish and chips were rather disappointing, yes. So basically, it was 2 or 3 fillets of fish, batter fried, with a portion of coleslaw and a serving of fat chips, aka fries. Okay, and there was a bit of tartar sauce. So the fish was too oily. The batter should have been drained properly. I think a lot of people don't realize you need to drain batter in proper paper, especially when it's batter fried, like tissue, which really absorbs the oil. I was holding the damn thing in a tissue and trying to eat it. The fish was tough. It wasn't soft or smooth at all. I don't know what fish they'd used. The fat chips again were full of oil. I think this is just one oily dish. The tartar sauce I think was homemade. It was nice, but again it had too much oil. Either the chef has a thing for oil, or I don't know. They should have been called Oils fish and chips, like olive oils, not even bloody Gooch. The coleslaw was good. I think they got their coleslaw right. But really, the rest was like a little too much oil, like oil in my face. So yeah, I was disappointed with that one. So, on to dessert. Like I said, there was a lot of choice, and so I decided to try Ponsford's Pavlova, which is supposed to have been an Aussie favorite. Basically, it's a meringue. You know, Pavlova is basically meringue, but here this had like a layer of marshmallow inside, and topped with whipped cream and fruits of the season. So, I opted to go for the passion and mango. There was like things like passion and papaya, like yuck. So anyway, passion and mango is what we opted for. And it was really nice. The pavlova was really nice. So the meringue was nice and crisp, and the marshmallow inside was nice and gooey, which is like really good. And the mango was fresh, and there were cubes cut. The passion fruit was a little bit like strewn on top. I wish there was more passion fruit, and somewhere there was a sugar syrup leaking out of there. It couldn't have been passion fruit, because passion fruit syrup is not sweet. But I don't know what this thing was. Maybe it was a marshmallow oozing. It was too sweet. There was just, because a meringue is really nice with the right amount of like sweet and like that meringue mixed in. And then the mango was nice and like cubes of it cut, so it was like fresh, not runny or anything. And the passion fruit also was nice, but I felt there was something missing in it, and it was just too sweet. So something is a bit off there. But it was okay. Not wow, but okay. Overall, service-wise, it wasn't a busy night. There were few people in there, not a lot. I felt the serving staff could have been a little bit more attentive. They were nice in terms of their recommendations and stuff, and they brought our food fast and all. But I felt they could have had more people kind of like being alert to us, because we had to kind of like wave around a bit if we needed attention. So that was a bit annoying. Also, I happened to notice our server kind of jump and serve the foreign table next to us before us, which annoyed me a lot. I don't care what color skin you have, darling. Whoever called first, you take their order first. I didn't kick up a fuss at that point, but I felt that was annoying and not necessary. So anyway, forget that. But overall, the service was okay. It wasn't bad. And they were rather efficient in terms of, I guess they're used to like a pub kind of atmosphere. But I was thinking on a busy night, like, dude, how many guys would be running around? So I think they can improve a bit more on their service, but overall it was not bad. The price. Now, if you take the price of the Cricket Club Cafe, it was actually quite, I would say, value for money. It wasn't ridiculously overpriced, and it wasn't too cheap either. But it wasn't like, oh my god, this is not worth it. So I would say it's complete value for money. Our portions were good, filling. They were not, like finger foods served at a crazy price. And it was a lot of variety. And like I said, within that lot of variety, the price points were good. So you could get something a bit more expensive, something a bit cheaper. So complete value for money and fully worth it. So I would say their pricing is on point. Overall, the Cricket Club Cafe experience is something, well, like I said, it's an old place. It's been there for donkeys of years. My parents have been going there. I think maybe some people's grandparents must be going there by now. It was the first themed kind of cafe, club, pub kind of that really took off in Colombo. Everybody wanted to go there. Everybody wanted to be seen there. A lot of expatriates come there because they enjoy it. And it kind of like built in that whole cricket cafe culture in there. And also people come there to watch sports stuff. So it's a nice experience. Food wise, I would say there are good stuff and there are bad stuff. Not bad, but not so great. So let's say there are good stuff and there are average stuff. And I'm not an average person, so hence I'm fussy. But overall, I would recommend, if people want that kind of cricket kind of cafe ambience, you want a sports pub ambience, you just want to head there for a drink after work, it's totally fine. Try one of those dodgily named cocktails, hard on and all kinds of like weird stuff. So yeah, it's a place where you can just go to chill, or you can just go and enjoy yourself. Like I said, there are different locations, you can do different stuff. You want to watch a cricket match in there, have a that's fine. You want to sit and have dinner, you can do that, or you just want to have a drink, it's fine, or you can do all together. So it's great in that sense. It offers all that variety. Nice ambience and nice feel to the place. Maybe they really need to work on that food of theirs. Less oil, man, less oil. So I've started going out and eating again. Because like I said, we need to support our own. Plus, one needs to enjoy life because life is short. We don't know how long we have on this earth, so we must enjoy it while we can. And while you're at it, follow me, the Joker, as I go check out what there is to offer in Colombo. And I must say, I'm glad there's so much variety springing up, so there's never a shortage of places for me to go to. So stay tuned as I go check out the next place where I might find something I like and say it so, and find something I dislike and say that too, because I'm not paid to do this. So join me as I go check out the next place in Colombo that has the most delectable and exciting food on offer.